So you've got a rental property in Kavala, and you're thinking about the 2026 season. Well, we're going to break down a smarter, way more profitable strategy that can turn that seasonal stress into some serious year-round success.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that, I think a lot of us can relate to. You know that feeling, right? September rolls around, the tourists leave, and crickets. The bookings just dry up. It's a super common problem, but the good news is there's a really powerful solution.
And this really is the heart of the matter. When you rely 100% on that summer tourist rush, you're basically building your business on a foundation of risk. It's kind of like an all-or-nothing bet that leaves you totally exposed for, 6, 7, 8 months of the year?
And let's get specific about what that risk actually looks like. We're not just talking about a quiet October. We're talking about more and more listings popping up every year, making competition fierce. We're talking about travel trends changing on a dime. And of course, those dead months, the ones that bring in a big fat zero and can absolutely destroy your annual profit.
But what if you could get off that seasonal roller coaster? What if you could build something more stable, more resilient? Well, let's talk about the solution. This is where we stop thinking like a seasonal gamble and start acting like a year-round asset.
So, what in the world is this hybrid model? It's actually pretty brilliant. It's not about choosing between getting those high summer profits and having long-term stability. Nope, it's about strategically mashing them together to create a smooth, predictable income stream all year long.
And here's the magic of how it works. You're basically targeting two completely different types of guests who need your place at opposite times. You've got your tourists who pay top dollar in July, and then you've got your digital nomads or remote workers who are looking for a base for a month or two in, say, November. They perfectly fill each other's gaps.
And here's why Kavala is uniquely perfect for this. This isn't just some sleepy beach town that boards up its windows in September. No way. Kavala is a living, breathing city. It's got a port, students, business travelers. There's a constant flow of people year-round. You just have to know who to market to when the tourists go home.
All right, let's get to the big question, the money question. Is this really more profitable? A lot of owners worry that if they accept a long-stay guest, they're losing money because the nightly rate is lower. We are about to bust that myth right open.
This is honestly the #1 mistake I see owners make. They get so fixated on their high-season nightly rate that they'll say no to a 30-day booking in the middle of winter. But the data, the actual numbers, tell a completely different and way more profitable story.
I mean, just look at this. On the left, with the old model, you're lucky if you hit a 40% occupancy rate for the entire year. Now, look to the right. With the hybrid model, you can literally double that, pushing your property to 80% occupancy, maybe even more. That's a total game changer for your bank account. And here's just how powerful that is. Think about it. Getting just one 30-day booking in a month like November or February, a month that would otherwise make you zero, doesn't just add a little extra cash. It can fundamentally change the profitability of your entire year.
And the wins just keep stacking up. Your cleaning and turnover costs, they plummet in the off-season. You're finally making real money in the winter. And here's a little bonus. Platforms like Airbnb love consistent bookings. All that activity pushes your listing higher in the search results right in time for the next peak season. It's a win-win-win.
Okay, so you get the why. Now let's get into the how. We're going to walk through a super clear, actionable blueprint you can use to map out your entire year for maximum profit and, frankly, way less stress.
This right here is your playbook. Summer, it's go time. Full short stay mode. Max out those tourist rates. But as autumn hits, you pivot. You switch your focus to long stays for remote workers. Winter, you lock in those 28-day-plus bookings. And then in spring, you ease back into short stays, keeping things flexible to catch that early tourist wave. It's a dynamic plan for a dynamic market.
Of course, you need a pricing strategy to match. It's a simple 4-step process. First, for summer, use a dynamic pricing tool. Let it do the work. Step 2, and this is key, create a completely separate pricing model just for long stays in the off-season. Step 3, make sure that discounted rate still easily covers your utilities and costs. And finally, Step 4, and don't skip this, watch the winter demand. You might be surprised you can charge more than you think. Don't leave money on the table.
Now, to get these great long-stay guests, your place needs to feel more like a home and less like a hotel room. Think about it. For a digital nomad, fast, reliable Wi-Fi isn't a perk, it's a non-negotiable. A proper desk and chair? Absolutely essential. A washing machine, a good kitchen, and reliable heating for those chilly months.
These are the things that make them book your place over someone else's.
So I'm going to say it one more time, because this is the single most expensive mistake you can make. A guaranteed 30-day booking in a quiet month is almost always more profitable than holding out for a handful of short-term bookings that might never even happen. You've got to shift that mindset.
Okay, let's bring it all home. When we look ahead to 2026, the rental market in Kavala is just going to get more crowded. The hybrid model? This isn't just some cute little trick. This is your competitive advantage. It's the strategy that's going to set you apart and build a truly sustainable business.
By doing this, you're building a business with powerful advantages. We're talking steady, predictable income, super low vacancy rates, and a much higher return on your investment at the end of the year. You're not just a vacation rental anymore. You're a year-round accommodation powerhouse.
And here's the bottom line. The market is evolving. Owners who keep clinging to that old summer-only model are gonna struggle. They're going to fall behind. The choice is pretty simple. Adapt with a smarter strategy or risk getting left in the dust.
So I'll just leave you with this one final question to really think about. As you look ahead, as competition keeps growing, is your rental strategy built to win not just for 2 months, but for the entire year? Is it ready for 2026?